I'm 31, and my husband, Alex, is 33. We've been married for 4 years, and I'm 37 weeks pregnant with our first long-awaited baby. Generally, Alex and I are a great team. We make decisions together, we support each other, and I've always valued his calm and rational nature. But that piece has been shattered, and the reason is his older sister, Megan. Megan is 35. She's married with 3 kids and, without any exaggeration, considers herself a universal expert on marriage, domestic life, and especially motherhood. I've always known she was a dominant personality who doesn't recognize personal boundaries. When Alex and I first started dating, she would call him to get a detailed report on what we had for dinner and why, in her opinion, my influence on his diet was all wrong. Alex would always laugh it off, saying, "Oh, that's just Megan. It's how she shows she cares. Don't worry about it." So I didn't. I chalked it up to her being hyperprotective of her little brother, whom she essentially helped raise, while their parents worked long hours. I even felt a certain gratitude towards her, because she truly loves Alex. But my pregnancy turned her caring into outright tyranny. From the moment we shared the news with the family, Megan took me on as her personal project. Every couple of days, there was a call with an interrogation. Are you drinking enough water? What about your prenatal vitamins? No, the ones your doctor prescribed are junk. I took different ones. I'll send you the link. Are you getting your daily walks in? Just not in the park by your house. The air quality there is terrible. When we were picking out a stroller, she sent us a 20-minute voice memo on why our choice was completely impractical for our climate. When Alex and I decided not to find out the baby's gender, she declared it was selfish because the grandparents needed to know what color clothes to buy. I met every one of these episodes with a polite smile and thanks, Megan. We'll think about it. I told Alex it was exhausting, but I didn't want to start a conflict. My main goal was to stay calm for the health of our baby. Any stress right now is harmful, and a fight with his sister would guarantee weeks of family-wide tension. I convinced myself that her behavior, though annoying, came from a good place. She wants to help. She wants to feel needed and important. Her happiness and sense of involvement mattered too, as we're one family. I thought a little discomfort on my part was a reasonable price for overall family harmony. The point of no return was our birth plan. We had discussed it 100 times and came to a firm agreement. Only the 2 of us would be at the hospital. We want to experience that moment together, without an audience of advisors and spectators. After being discharged, we plan to take a couple of days to recover and settle in, and only then would we invite our parents and, of course, Megan and her family. It seemed like the most sensible plan to ensure peace for me and the baby during those first vulnerable days. Then, last week, the phone rang. Megan chirped, "Kate, hi. I have a surprise for you guys. I've got it all figured out. I took time off work, bought a plane ticket, and I'm flying in 3 days before your due date. I'll be there with you. I'll help Alex out, and I'll keep an eye on the doctors. You know how negligent they can be these days. Don't thank me. We're family." For a second, the world went dark. I was speechless, trying to find the right words, but she continued, "I already called your mom and told her not to worry. I'm taking control of the whole situation." Gathering all my strength, I responded as calmly as possible. "Megan, that's very unexpected. Thank you for the thought, but Alex and I agreed that it will just be the 2 of us at the hospital. We would love to see you, but after we get back home and have had a little time to settle in." There was an icy silence on the other end of the line. Then a cold voice said, "I don't understand. So me, your husband's own sister who just wants to help, isn't needed? I want to support my brother. He's going to be scared, and you're kicking me out?" I tried to explain again, talking about our joint decision and the need for a calm environment, but she hung up on me. An hour later, Alex came home, his face like a stone. Obviously, Megan had already called him with her version of events, where I was the heartless, selfish wife tearing him away from his family. He started the conversation cautiously. "Kate, I know you're tired, the hormones, but maybe you were a little harsh. Megan really just wants to help." I sat him down and tried to explain my position from a place of logic, not emotion. "Alex," I said, "let's weigh this. On one side, we have Megan's hurt feelings. It's painful, it's unpleasant, and I'm genuinely sorry it happened. On the other side, we have my physical and mental state during childbirth. Labor is an enormous amount of stress and an unpredictable medical event. Having a person there who constantly criticizes and tries to control everything will create additional tension. That tension can negatively affect the delivery, my health, and our baby's health. I believe that minimizing harm for the three of us is the absolute top priority right now. Megan's hurt feelings are the lesser of two evils." He listened, but I could see the doubt in his eyes. "She's my sister, Kate. She basically raised me. She's going to think we betrayed her." The next day, Megan posted in the family group chat, "Can't wait to fly in and support my favorite people, Alex and Kate, on their most important day of their lives." It was a power move. Now, any refusal on our part would look like a public humiliation. That evening, Alex approached me again. "Kate, just let her come. She can stay at the house, cook, clean. She won't come to the hospital. Isn't that a compromise?" And that's when I realized my calm arguments weren't working. He was trying to put out the immediate fire without thinking about the consequences. He wanted to make everyone happy, but in this situation, it was impossible. And I knew that my primary responsibility now wasn't to my sister-in-law or to family harmony. My responsibility was to my child, who is completely dependent on me. I looked at my husband and said with a firmness I've never used before, "No. No compromises. This is not up for discussion. I do not want to come home from the hospital with a newborn in my arms to find her in our house. I don't want to listen to unsolicited breastfeeding advice when I'm struggling. I don't want anyone but you with me during that time. It's my body, my health, and our child. My decision is final." He looked at me as if he was seeing me for the first time. He said, "So you just don't care about my feelings and my family?" I said, "No, it's precisely because I care about our family, you, me, and our baby, that I'm making this decision. I'm protecting us from guaranteed stress and conflict during our most vulnerable moment. And I'm giving you an ultimatum. If your sister is at the hospital or in our house before I personally invite her, I will call a car and go to my mother's house. And you can explain that to Megan however you want." It's been 3 days since then. We barely speak. Alex walks around the house like a ghost, polite but cold. I know he thinks I'm being cruel and selfish. I feel guilty for hurting him and his sister. But every time the baby kicks inside me, I know I couldn't have done anything differently. I chose peace and safety for us, sacrificing a good relationship with his family. But looking at my husband's distant face, I keep asking myself, am I the asshole for being so harsh and issuing an ultimatum to protect my boundaries?